Welcome to section 4, the information and technology dimension for the practice. The relationship management is a very human-oriented practice because it focuses on human interactions. So the question could be whether there can be some automation here. Yes, there can be definitely some benefit wherever the automation is possible and can be effective. So let's take a look at where this can be automated. We have 5 sets of tools: the workflow management and collaboration, knowledge management, analysis and reporting, CRM, and survey tools. Usually the workflow management and collaboration are more like ticketing systems that we see for incident management or problem management or change enablement and so on. And similar tools can be used for this practice also. These mainly help to collaborate. So for example, it can help to plan, manage, and communicate the relationship journeys among various stakeholders, beginning with the explore step and moving through the other 6 steps, such as engage, offer, agree, onboard, co-create, and realize. Then, because it's a combination of workflow management and collaboration, this helps to discuss, agree, and communicate with the relationship approach and models, and to exchange information with internal and external stakeholders, meaning this set of tools or a tool is good for discussions and exchanging ideas when the relationship management practice is being established or being developed by defining, discussing, agreeing, and communicating the approach and models for relationship, and to plan the various relationship journeys with different stakeholders and exchanging information. Then we have the knowledge management tools, which are mainly for capturing, sharing, and reusing of information about stakeholders, or information about good relationship management practices, and the information about lessons learned. Now, in the exam, some caution may be needed to distinguish between these 2 tools, meaning the workflow collaboration versus the knowledge management, because the workflow tool is also used heavily for exchanging information. But the difference there is those are related to the relationship management practice development and improvement, definition of the approach and models, and so on. But the knowledge management is mainly about sharing, capturing into a knowledge base, sharing from the knowledge base, and having to reuse information which is already existing. This is where you have to think whether a scenario in the exam is indicating that it's a knowledge management situation or just a workflow kind of a situation or a collaboration situation. Then we have the analysis and reporting tools. These are mainly to do 2 things. First of all, to analyze. It could be, for example, root causes of problems in relationships, and to report certain metrics. So here we see to analyze and present the following, such as status and progress of relationships can be reported and can be analyzed as well, and to report, analyze, and present the metrics of the practice, and to analyze the changes in relationship with stakeholders and to report them as well. Usually, the analysis and reporting tools would be mostly manual, but there are tools emerging that can help in automated analysis by using AI or machine learning, which are generative AI. So look out for those tools in the market. And reporting tools, yes, there have been already a lot of automation in this area since several years. For example, it could be a SharePoint. You click a button and the report is ready, or it could be some other tool. Knowledge management tools, there are many of them. I don't want to go by specific brand or marketing, but for example, I would have used Confluence or other kind of systems. Then CRM, yeah, that reminds me of Salesforce or Siebel and so on. These are mainly for planning, managing, and communicating relationship journeys and relationship with internal and external customers. So now you see this a repeat from the first one, the workflow management and collaboration tools, but note the difference here is it's with the customers only. So if you have a exam situation which is indicating some kind of a communication with a customer, which is about planning a journey with a customer and managing it and communication of the journey, with customers specifically, then CRM would be the correct answer. If it's a general stakeholder, then the workflow management and collaboration tools would be the more appropriate answer. Just use your judgment carefully for these to distinguish these things. And lastly, we have the survey tools, which is basically surveys to plan, conduct, and Process surveys such as obtaining feedback from stakeholders, for example, to check whether the relationship is going on well or not, or to solicit certain information from certain stakeholders, etc. Let's now go through certain recommendations for automation. We have 6 recommendations coming up. And the first one is to integrate relationship models into value stream workflows. So particularly this means relationship agents, when they are in a journey, in a relationship journey, they might overlook certain steps, and therefore it would be a good idea to include reminders for them in the forms that they are working with and automate the feedback collection as well. So it could be, for example, a reminder for the service desk agents to ask users whether they have any further questions before ending the contract, or a reminder for account manager to ask customers about any new or change requirements, or a satisfaction survey that is integrated in the phone or email dialogue. So all these constitute thinking and working holistically, that principle. And the satisfaction survey is additionally focused on value. Then we have the next recommendation for automation. Do not overcomplicate the relationship models. Keep it simple and practical. Of course, models will have procedures, but they may not be for every scenario. Certain relationship principles should be in place, and such as a no blame principle or collaboration principle, etc. But allow people freedom, that is, relationship agents, allow them freedom to make their own decisions while providing certain relationship models for different sets of stakeholders or different stakeholder journeys. Because if there are too many models, there can be confusion and it might become too rigid and inflexible.